Superheroes are a vital part of our popular culture. We find joy and excitement while watching them, and at the same time we draw inspiration from them. These brave superhuman heroes, filled with extraordinary powers, have captivated us all. But one of these superheroes holds a special place in my heart. Batman. This character is so unique that, in my opinion, he is the greatest superhero of all time. Many others, like me, agree that Batman is the best superhero ever created. But how did Batman manage to form such a profound connection with his audience? When I ask myself this question, I arrive at three answers. The first is the fact that he has no superpowers. Yes, this might seem like an ironic response to such a question, but it's true. Batman doesn't undergo a mutation like the Hulk, nor is he the product of an experiment like Captain America, and he's certainly not a god of thunder like Thor. He is an ordinary human, made of flesh and blood, just like us. He wasn't blessed with a special power. He achieved all his abilities through hard work and relentless effort. Of course, the fortune he inherited from his family helped create Batman, but apart from that, he earned everything else through his own determination. But why would this ordinariness make Batman special? Wouldn't having superpowers make him extraordinary instead? After all, being an ordinary person means being flawed, and we can see this flaw in Batman. There are times when he gets beaten, times when he is deceived, and times when he makes mistakes. Yet, there's something unique about the concept of flaws. They allow us to empathize. For instance, it's much harder to empathize with superheroes who have special powers. After all, these metaphysical powers have no place in the real world. Viewers who understand this are reminded again and again that these heroes are fictional creations. But a flawed and ordinary human like Batman shows the audience this. If someone like Batman can be a hero, then anyone can be a hero.
Batman could be anybody. That was the point.
Batman's lack of superpowers demonstrates that there is no real difference between him and other people, revealing how accessible the seemingly unattainable status of a superhero can be. Batman's second defining feature is his attitude toward fear.
To conquer fear, you must become fear. You must bask in the fear of other men.
The concept of fear holds a significant place in most superhero stories. Superheroes are either portrayed as fearless or as trying to overcome their fears, but Batman's attitude toward fear is quite different. Batman tries to embrace his fear. In fact, Batman's entire existence revolves around his fear. As a child, he was terrified of bats, and he chose this fear as the symbol of the hero he created. He knows how powerful a drive fear can be. This is why he uses the factor of fear in his battles with his enemies. One particular scene beautifully illustrates Batman's relationship with fear. In this scene, our hero is trapped in an underground prison, and the only way to escape is to climb treacherous walls and reach the surface. Of course, making a mistake during this climb would result in death, so those attempting it climb with the help of a rope. Despite trying repeatedly, Bruce Wayne fails to make the climb. An elderly prisoner then offers him some advice. Wayne, frustrated, tries again and fails once more. But later, he has an interesting exchange with the same elderly prisoner.
You do not fear death. You think this makes you strong. It makes you weak.
Why?
How can you move faster than possible? Fight longer than possible? Without the most powerful impulse of the spirit. The fear of death.
I do fear death. I fear dying in here. While my city burns. There's no one there to save it.
Then make the climb. As the child is. Without the rope. Then fear will find you again.
This time, instead of fleeing from his fear or claiming to be fearless, he does the opposite. He throws himself into his fear. He decides to climb without the rope. And the result? I've never seen another superhero story approach fear with such depth. While other stories offer a shallow perspective on fear, Batman's story presents a profound exploration of the concept. The third, and in my opinion, most important feature that makes Batman unique is his choice of goodness, despite a life filled with tragedy. When we examine Batman's life, we see that it is nothing but a series of tragedies. His parents were murdered before his eyes at a young age. The woman he loved died. The city he lives in is crumbling. Even the people he trusts most have betrayed him. And yet, despite all this tragedy, Batman continues to serve the cause of good. I want to draw your attention to the word despite, because the secret to what makes Batman special lies in this word. Yes, every hero has tragedy in their life, but no other hero has faced as much tragedy as Batman. There is one more person whose life resembles Batman's in terms of tragedy. That person is the Joker. The Joker's life is also filled with tragedy. He is a failed comedian, disrespected by those around him, and his pregnant wife has died. But these tragedies eventually push the Joker to the dark side. Batman, on the other hand, refuses to be pulled into darkness by his tragedies. This is what makes him unique. Batman is a dark knight who defends and protects Gotham's bright side.
He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight.